Here we go.
I'm ready. So, how's the temperature in the room for you?
It's good, thank you.
That's good. Always, before we start for the treatment, we work on the client, we should ask for the temperature. It's very important because if the room is cold, they will feel they could not relax. But if the room is too hot, they feel like tingling on their legs or around here because it's hot, it blocks the lymphatic drainage. That's why we should make sure they feel comfortable before we start to work on the client. And check for the muscle. Even I'm not working on the shoulder or the back for a client, I still give them some compression. But they can feel like I start to work on them and I will check the pressure with client first. How is the pressure level for you?
It's good, like 7.
Okay, that's good. Okay, and ask them to take deep breath. When we asking client take deep breath, that is help for blood flow. It go through whole the body when client laying down. Some clients they have problem with their heart, and when they are laying down, their heartbeat is going slow. So when breathing like that, that's help for blood flow will be balanced. Sorry, Mr. Yeah, as you guys learn about compression from beginning before start to learn foot massage, you know how we give the compression to client. We don't give with the thumb, that is acupressure. We only give with the like the palm forearm like that to get the response from client and feel how the muscle getting tight. My client, she has tight muscle around her gluteus. Maximus and gluteus medius is here. That's connect direct to between the TFL and up to her psoas muscle. That's why her iliac head is higher than normal. So our job now, we release the high tension for psoas muscle with myofascial technique, like pulling and pushing. Can I undress your blanket?
Yes, okay.
Thank you. Normally in the room we don't have the clip, so if sometimes we don't have clip, we can use like the towel.
And
Yeah.
also sometimes some people doesn't get undressed to a level of comfort. So how would you have done it if she was all the way nude?
So it's like your question is like sometimes the client they did not undress completely.
No. So what I'm asking is, you see how you tucked it into her underwear.
Oh yeah.
So now, what if she did not have any underwear on? How would you have draped her then? How would the
Okay,
draping
so
be?
sometimes if they don't have the underwear on, we just folding like that for the linen, and we tuck to the hips like that. So let's make sure we will not undress all the way down, and it makes clients feel not comfortable. Someone they feel it's okay, but someone they are difficult, they don't like it. So that's why before we undress until where we can, we should ask them. But we ask them from beginning. We don't ask clients like when they are sleeping and we wake them up and we ask, they will not feel comfortable like that. That's why we should ask everything from beginning for they know first. Yeah, I have to raise the oil. Sorry, my hair is a little bit cold.
That's okay.
Even I'm not working on her shoulder, but I should apply the oil on her back. That's for make sure the muscles stay hydrated during we work on the client. And like that we can feel where's the high tension connective tissue between the psoas muscle up to the upper trapezius. So like here we have the psoas connect between the paraspinal up to the upper trapezius here. That is from the psoas muscle is go down to the iliac crest. That is make the hip is getting higher when the psoas is getting shorter. So to release that muscle, we should find out where's the tender points, and we work to warm it up before we work deeper on that area. Yeah, she has very high tension on here. Remember we giving some sliding technique along the spinal. Don't give direct to the spinal here. That is will affect direct to the nerve system, and client will getting like hurting down. And when she stand up, she feel she could not stand up after that because the nerve system control the muscle between the spinal. It will getting closer, very close like that. And when she stand up, it's hitting to the sciatic nerve. That's why we only work along the spinal on the side, on side line. How is the intensity for that one?
It's good, Sammy.
That's good. Yeah, that's relaxing. I'm working around the psoas muscle, go down to iliac crest here to find out the trigger points around this area. So when you work on your partner, you will see the high tension is around the iliac crest. That's make this muscle is getting tight and tender. So before we give compression, we should rotate a little bit to warm it up. If you feel not comfortable or somewhere when I work on that, just let me know.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. But that is not easy. Okay. So we can do some pinching around this area. We pinch on the muscle, not on the skin. So the feeling between muscle getting pinching and between the skin getting pinching is different. It's more hurting if we pinch only the skin. So let's make sure which muscle we should work on that. We give pinches on that and ask client deep breath. We take deep breath. That's good. And one more time. And we relax. It's softer now. You guys can see I'm working around her like iliac crest in here. So this area is very important for someone they have low back pain.
You go in this position with the psoas?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's because the psoas is connect direct to the iliac crest is here. So that's why for working on the psoas, we should release the high tensions around the AISS. Deep breathe.
I forget where the SOS inserts. Do you guys remember?
Where it comes down the bottom. Is it all the way down to the pubic?
No, the psoas muscle is on the way down direct to. It's go inside the iliac crest. It's connect direct between TFL and gluteus medius and gluteus maximus.
Okay.
You can see the picture in here. That's it. This picture is not clearly far. We can see, but you can see on between this, the L5 and S1. That's the psoas muscle connect. It go down to iliac crest around here. That is when the muscle is getting shorter. It makes your IT band getting tender. So that's why when we feel IT band tender, that's we know the psoas muscle get high tension. So now I'm going to work on the gluteus medius and gluteus maximus here.
Okay.
Yeah. We use our elbow to support her iliac crest on the anterior of iliac crest, and we give compressions around the TFL, gluteus medius, and deep breathe. client, they have extra requests for like they want we work around their hips without strapping. But to protect our license, we should explain to them we only work with the draping. So I have some clients, they were asking me like that, but I denied to work on them if they don't want to use the full draping like that. Yeah, it's open now. Now we are giving some pinching debris. The pinching technique is very important during the massage for like someone they have very high tension of the myofascia, and we could not give deep pressure because it's very stiff muscle. More we give pressure, more they control the muscle like that, because that is very sensitive. So that's why we should give some pinching to break down the myofascia first before we are giving compression. Deep breathe. It's softer now. You can give like more practices like anytime when you feel tight on your IT band here, work more on the compression around the glutes. So that is help release high tension on IT band very fast. And it's release high tension on your psoas very fast too. Sometimes now you can touch to your lower back around your psoas here. You feel it's very tender. Who is always working like lifting or doing some work, stay on the table to work on the computer. They got very tight on the lower back around the psoas here because they were sitting long time in the day That make the blood flow could not go through the glutes. That's, and you get tender on the lower back. That's why when we know some clients they come to complain about the lower back pain, we work on the glutes. After that, the lower back is here, around the chest is softer and release the high tension. Just try to do it for yourself. You can see it works very well. I have one lesson I learned when I was a student. My classmate, she got pain on lower back, and at that time we are learning for the massage, and we were thinking like, if you feel pain on lower back, work more compression and deep tissue on the lower back. But after that, she had to go to the emergency because she cannot stand up. That's because we give very deep pressure around the chest here. That makes the jaws between the spinal getting close like that. And when it's closed like that, she cannot stand up because it's hurting her. That's why from that one we look at more on the book and we asking the teacher, and she show us why we should work on the hips and why we should avoid to work on the lower back. So our job today, we learn how to release the high tension on the gluteus maximus and gluteus minimus. That is affect direct to release high tension on the short muscle here. When you can have your partner release the high tension on your hips, it means you are professional to treat the client. I have one hand here, like pulling another hand. I'm pushing around the gluteus maximus and pulling along the iliac, the interior of the iliac. This technique we should use a lot, especially for someone who is pregnant, like for Britney, because we cannot work on their lower back. That's why we only can work deep tissue on the hips. That helps a lot for her lower back. I'm pinching off the glutes medius. Degree. And one more time. That's it. Are you feeling okay, Kai?
Yeah, it's good.
That's it. Now I'm going back to the IT band. We use the finger to support on the back of, like around the sacrum and go down to the coccyx, but we don't use our finger to do like that on the ground. That is not nice and they feel not comfortable for them. That's why only touching, not holding. And you can feel like some high tensions around the sacrum here. So we pay attention for the flowing of the technique, like we do slowly and we can counting like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because if we don't follow the flowing of the speed of the technique, we do like that. And they feel like that's not the massage. But if we do like so slowly and very slowly, that feels client, they feel like relaxed, but we are going to sleep too. So let's make sure we counting to follow the speed of the techniques, like just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I always counting when I just start to learn to work for the technique.